Hey, how you doing? My name is Carl Crawford. I'm an artist that specializes in doing collages. I'm out of Columbia, South Carolina. See, I've been doing collage for at least 20-something years. Well, actually, I started working at the age of about 7 years old. Is when I started getting introduced to medias like crayons, colors, working with pencils. And then as I got to high school is when we got introduced to, collage and everything, studying the Harlem Renaissance. And I found that pretty fascinating, cutting different pieces and everything. And then I evolved from there. Well, being that I came out of foster care, my grandmother took me out of foster care. I stayed in there about 1 year. My grandma cleaned people's houses, took me in from the age of 8. And pretty much that was my mom. She raised me. And she didn't have much, but the little that she had, she spared it to take care of my brother and I. So, with that being said, I always wanted to figure out a way where I can pretty much take care of her. But I was not the type of person that liked to be in school, but she pushed me to go to school. I'm a free spirit type person. I like to do my own thing, my own will. So I wasn't about to go to the military. So my outlet of my stress was through my art. I'd be just sketching, freestyling, and people started to take notice to it, and the attention that I got was very positive. And I liked that energy coming from a rough background. So that was where I started channeling my energy with my art, and then people was interested in buying it. So I had to figure out how to go about selling my art and how to price my art. And then from there, in elementary school, I started winning competitions. I started getting money for it, so that was exciting. Fifth grade, you getting $50. So I'm like, yay! I get some toys, some candy, and everything. And then the praise I got from my grandmama, the acknowledgement was beautiful. So that started the feud, and then from there, I always stayed in art school with art classes. That was always the curriculum that I wanted to have, and the art teacher started noticing my gift. So they would spend a little more time with me than most of my peers. And then from there, as I evolved from different, going to different grade schools from elementary to middle school, I got to really notice my talent amongst the peers. I was working on a pretty much a high school level when I was in pretty much middle school. So when I got to high school, I started taking college prep classes in art and then competing. At the same time, I started selling my work. I figured out how to go about selling it by being introduced to galleries. And then that really fueled my motivation because I got to see a lot of great artists, very skilled artists. So you got to see a lot of different techniques, which is very inspiring, you know. And then, being in high school, you get exposed to different artists throughout history, like Romare Bearden studying the Harlem Renaissance. And that really got me. I liked the history of it. I liked the movement that was going on. And that really clicked with my soul. And I'm into movement. The phase in my life right now is positive movement and high energy. So I started working on a collage that my instructor wanted me to do. And then when I went home, I did what I wanted to do with the same technique of collage. And then I brought it back to the instructor, and the instructor was blown away and started showing the students and everything. And then he was like, Carl, this is what you made for. You know, just go. I'm not gonna stop you. Just do your own thing. This is good. And I could work in every media, from statues to wood carving to watercolor, all the ones that my teacher thought I was pretty strong in. All the ones. He said, you got to find one that you're really comfortable in. And because my grandma didn't have much money, collage was the one. Because people throw away paper. I don't have to buy no paintbrushes. I don't have to buy no paint, no inks. So that became the one that was comfortable because I could save money. Little did I know it would be the one that made my career. It took me full time. Yes. When I was living with my grandma, my concentration subject matter was based on neighborhoods. So I would go in the hood, do hood scenes, having the homeless people sitting outside. One of my artists I liked it was Norman Rockwell. So specialized in capturing, the urban environment. So I would do that. It's a lot of detail, a lot of character. So I was very intricate with depicting those scenes for our culture, the black experience. And then as I got older, I evolved into music, movement, jazz, orchestra, you know, more of a flavor of things that can take my mind away from the real world, seeing all the suppress and seeing all the depression and everything. I just wanted to focus on the rhythm, that was it. And that right now is the space that I'm in. I've been in that space for almost about 15 years, channeling through different, I would say, cultures, from African American, from the Latino, from the Caucasian, and and the ones that I miss. Love the energy of the jazz and the movement. I love in general is powerful, you know. So I believe families is very important. So now I'm working on a series of that, but I'm intertwined in music. Gotta have a little music in there. So that's where I'm at right now. Well, 3 to 5 years, as an artist, my goal, I'm not trying to be underneath no umbrella of anyone, you know what I mean? I believe we are all, it's not I believe, I know, we are all gods, we are all queens. So we destined to do whatever we want to do. The divine has everything here for us. So I will be, it's not I won't, I will be traveling even more abroad and all over to wherever I need to go to show my gift. Subject matters change based accordingly, um, because that brings me peace. I'm not the one to be complacent. You know what I mean? I know myself. I know thyself. So therefore, I can't stay in one place. That's not what my gift is for. It's to share. So I have to go wherever I need to be, wherever the calling is. And then to show the technique, because it's innovation, it's recycling, it's green. So when you ask me 3 to 5 years again, wherever the divine want me to be, I'm here to help empower people. That's my calling. What I will be remembered by is, he was a guy, that had an extraordinary gift, but the mind behind his gift impacted me and others to the point where I see things a little differently. You know, my thought process look at things a little more open-minded instead of closed-minded. You know, he was able to pretty much build a business out of 10 cents and build it successfully where he was able to take care of families and other people. You know what I mean? But he knew it wasn't about him. He trusted the process. You know what I mean? He believed in the divine. He believed in the creator. So he moved different. But before that, he was just like a lot of us. We operated in fear. And with fear, it brings everything, negative hope, no hope. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, you be complacent. And he was fearless from a young age. He went against the grain. He knew there was something different about him. You know what I mean? But when he spoke to you and everything, it impacted you. It had your thoughts. So when you walked away, it was one of those things that stuck to you. You know what I mean? To the point where you still remember the words and how it changed. That's a legacy. You see what I'm saying? You will remember him. You don't have to buy from him. You know what I'm saying? But you remember him. The universe gives me this gift. You know what I mean? To make an impact and then to give back. So you can take the gift of words or technique and to pass it on, because out of our intellect positivity. So you can use it to make money, but more importantly, as a therapeutic session, how to help people channel their emotions to relax. It's been proven scientifically art is one of the highest forms of common relaxing therapy. With that being said, that's where I'm at right now, channeling my energy from the divine, voicing it to the world through my work and through my words.
This is brought to you by Kansas City Business Association, working to improve our community.